Okay, beautiful people. Today I'm going to be answering some frequently asked questions. So we're going to start with, what is HU breath? HU breath is an ancient sound that is literally the origin of everything in the universe. It's the sound and vibration. Basically the sound that's used in all mystical traditions all over the world. So meditation, contemplation, any of these practices are all done through breath. We just take the dogma out of it and we just breathe, because everybody can breathe. Is it original? Good question. As they say, there is nothing new under the sun, because everything in the universe makes this sound, and somebody must have done it somewhere, somehow along the way. So the masters have already told us that the universe is made from sound and vibration, and science can now confirm that, especially when you delve into the field of quantum physics, which is the field of infinite possibilities, and everything in the universe makes this sound. Irrelevant of who, like animals and humans, we do it through breath. Nature and plants do it when they release carbon dioxide into the atmosphere, including the subatomic particles like atoms, protons, electrons. They go at dizzying speed like that. So that movement creates the HU sound. They're intoxicated with the universal energy. Our speech, music, any movement, no matter how subtle it is, it makes this HU sound. Basically, there is nothing devoid of the HU sound. So you can say that everything belongs to the HU, but HU belongs to nothing and no one, because there is no title with breath. You can't say this is an English breath, or Italian breath, Arabic breath. You know, it's just a cosmic life force, which is source, coming from source. Okay, what is its origin? As far as we know, everything started in India, way back with the old rishis, the rishis of old, because they knew the power of breath. As a matter of fact, it goes way back, even beyond that. Because they used to use plant medicine or psychedelics to reach altered states of consciousness, but eventually they found a way to reach these states naturally. Well, as legend has it, they ran out of psychedelics, psychedelic plants, and they were going out of their mind, and they didn't know how to get back to that state. So they had to find a replacement, and out of desperation they found a natural means, which is breath. They call it pranayama. Prana actually in Sanskrit means breath. Pranayama means control of breath. We also have the Tibetan monks, which is they call it tumo, which is the inner fire, which is known to raise their body temperature to like sweltering heats in minus 25 degrees in the Himalayan mountains. The Sufis use it through zikr and hadra, which means remembrance and presence, which is through breath and repetition. The repetition of mantras basically, and they go into this ecstatic bliss. You might have seen this in the Whirling Dervishes by the great Rumi in his Sama sacred dance. Okay, is HU breath religious? No, not at all. Religion is dogma based on a set of outer rules to follow. HU breath, on the other hand, is the inner, it's the spiritual, the breath within, which basically transcends any rule. It is from the primordial essence of all things. So anybody can do it. Religious, non-religious, believer, non-believer. Whoever does it will still get the same benefit. All you have to do is do the HU, breathe. How does the HU breath work? Well, it's very easy, and I explain this in depth in all the other training modules. However, I will try to do a little bit of it here. Simply put, there are two aspects of HU breath: the scientific side and the spiritual side. The scientific side activates the primordial brain, or the reptilian brain, which is our emotional center, called the amygdala. It's a little thing here, and this normally gets activated by fight or flight system through stress. So if it's negative stress, normally which is normally through fear, anxiety, everyday survival, the coronavirus, etc., the brain excretes cortisol, which is a poison that creates havoc in the body, which creates the dis-ease, which creates your body's disease, which means basically your body is not at ease with itself, it's not in harmony. So it creates an acidic environment, which becomes a breeding ground for all types of illnesses. So when you do the WHO breath, we turn the negative stress into positive stress, which tricks the brain into releasing adrenaline instead of cortisol, which sends a message to all your body and all the cells, and it starts a healing process by alkalizing your body, raising the pH in your body, and basically creating new cells that replace the old ones. The great thing about the WHO breath is when you hold your breath, the body goes into what we call intermittent hypoxia, which stimulates stem cells that are dormant in the bone marrow by hacking into the autonomic system, which was actually thought of as impossible until some of the yogis and the great Wim Hof turned the whole scientific world on its head by performing some superhuman, crazy feats of endurance, which I talk about briefly in the other videos. Now the spiritual side, okay, yes, spirit in Latin is spiritus, which just means breath or to breathe, and it is the bridge between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. You may say the body and the soul. So with breathing, we can go from this realm as we know it, three-dimensional world, into another realm of incomparable bliss, joy, which is termed as your true nature or your higher self. The WHO breath also unlocks blocked, stored up emotions that have been lying dormant and have been addressed, like childhood trauma, abandonment, abuse, and things of that nature. So, what does it feel like? Oh, can't describe it in words. It's amazing. I really can't find the words. You have to try it to truly understand what I'm talking about. And when you do, you can go, oh, Chico, wow, yeah, man, it's amazing. But I will share some of the effects you will feel when you begin. You might get a tingling in your body, your hands, your fingertips, your lips might go a little bit numb. You might feel lightheaded. You might even lose consciousness. And you're probably thinking, I don't want to do this, doesn't sound good. But it is amazing, trust me. You should always do it in a safe place. And that just means that the breath is working, basically. How does it affect people? Wow, okay. It affects everybody differently according to the healing that that person needs. Might be emotional, physical, spiritual. You might laugh, cry, or just bliss out. I mean, I've had people report that they see amazing colors and kaleidoscopes, kaleidoscopic colors, and they just like traveling through hyperspace, or they just cry their eyes out or laugh uncontrollably. But whatever emotional state the person finds themselves in, it is the right emotion that needs to be released at that particular moment in time or experienced at that particular moment in time. So just trust the process and go with the flow, because the WHO breath will unlock you into your own freedom. It's amazing. It's like the perfect physician that gives you the perfect prescription for all your needs and all your illnesses. Honestly, I've had people having an out-of-body experience. People have felt a healing take place, like in the body, and feeling the heat going straight to the particular injury. I explain more about this in the other training modules, or you can see people's testimonials in our testimonial videos somewhere here. Is WHO breath safe? Absolutely 100% if you follow the instructions. WHO breath is safe for anyone of sound health, but you must follow instructions and follow them to a T. The reason being is, for us at WHO breath, is that safety is paramount, and as long as you don't have any serious underlying issues and you follow the instructions, you should be just fine. Is there anyone who shouldn't do WHO breath? Well, it's like anything. Yes is the answer. Anyone with heart problems, coronary heart disease like angina of any kind, hypertension that's abnormal, abnormally high blood pressure, people on prescription medication, pregnant women, pulmonary problems that's anything to do with breathing like lungs, lung cancer, pneumonia or epilepsy, or anybody with severe health issues like strokes or heart attacks. I've had a stroke a year and a half ago, so I have to be careful. But always consult your doctor or physician, because the WHO breath is not a replacement for medication or professional advice. That is our disclaimer, and if you are going to embark on anything to do with block fit or WHO breath, then you must adhere to this disclaimer that I've just said, as your health, your well-being and safety is paramount and is of the greatest importance to us. Is it suitable for children? The answer is yes, because we've done it with children and their parents, and we get great results, but they have to be supervised by an adult because the children's brain is still developing, and this breathing can cause lightheadedness or even loss of consciousness. The WHO breath is a middle ground of all breathing exercises or techniques. It kind of makes it nice and easy and simple to follow, but the suggestion here is anyone under 16 should be supervised by an adult, and when we hold the breath, which is normally about 2 minutes, they should only hold it as long as they can hold it, and don't go any further than that, and then just release it. Okay, how many times should we do WHO breath a day? Okay, good question. In the beginning, we only recommend once a day with 2 rounds, which is about 20 minutes. With an intro and outro. That's me speaking, getting you in the zone. When a person gets used to it, they can do 3 rounds, which is normally about 28 minutes long. We would rather a person start slow and work their way up. Even once a day performed safely is more than enough to get the full benefits of the WHO breath system. What about instructors? Okay, for instructors, we recommend that you teach it once a day to one audience or twice a day for the advanced participants. What is WHO breath good for? Oh God, numerous things. Honestly, the list is endless. It's magic. You know, weight loss, anxiety, depression, digestion, panic attacks, sinus problems, asthma, vitality, energy. Most importantly, it reduces inflammation, which is the cause of all disease in your body. Honestly, WHO breath is the missing link for health and well-being. Full stop. To be honest with you, any kind of breath work that you might be doing will do something similar. So don't ask me why. Just get high on your own supply and fly to the sky. Honestly, the only way is up, and there is absolutely no come down. What is the best day? What is the best time to do WHO breath? Well, I personally recommend first thing in the morning. If you're just a normal participant, so do it on an empty stomach, and this will set you for the rest of your day. You can also do it in the evening or just before bed, but make sure that always do it on, you know, an hour or 2 after your meal. Yeah, instructors can teach it as many times as they want in the day, as long as it's different audience. How many cycles should we do a day? Cycles, you mean rounds? Yeah. How many rounds? As I mentioned, safety is paramount, so we always recommend that you start with 2 rounds, and once you get used to it, then you do 3 rounds. But we don't recommend that you do more than 6 rounds a day unless you're very advanced. Doing it just 2 rounds in the morning and 2 in the evening is plenty enough to get you all the benefits that you need. But always listen to your body, because if you're feeling nauseous or lightheaded or anything of that nature, and you know, just listen to your body. Just stop, breathe, just breathe normally, and when the feeling subsides, just take a little rest, come back to it another time. As I said, build up to it. It's like going to a gym. You start with light weights, and then as you build your strength, you can start lifting heavy weights. You don't just go in like guns blazing, which some people do, and cause themselves an injury, and then you'll be off for 6 months not training. So it's not good. Just listen to the advice. Easy does it. What happens if you have too much breath? Well, think of breath as fire. Inner fire, energy, or inner chi. So you want to take just the right amount of breath. Too much breath will set your whole system ablaze. It's like fanning a massive fire. It just whoosh, goes wildfire. It just goes wild, and it causes havoc in your system. And if you don't breathe enough, you won't ignite the fire to do your cooking or warm yourself up, you know. So the WHO breath is the middle ground, as I said, of all the breathing technique. It gives you just the right amount of breath if you follow the right guidelines, instructions. Can you become an instructor? Yes, absolutely, 100%. This is what it's all about, and this is what we created. Anybody can become an instructor, whether you are already qualified instructor delivering other programs, or you're just a housewife in Middlesbrough. I don't know why I said Middlesbrough, it just sounded good. As long as you can breathe and you have the will, we will show you how, because we have the skill. Yeah. No, you don't need qualifications. Qualification is breathe. Okay, where do you go to? You go to ischicotime.com, you register, and we will send you your logins that will give you all the trainings. We set up an easy to follow program that you can do in your own time and your own pace. It's basically a mind, body, soul transformation. We break them down into bite-sized modules. This way it's easy, anybody can do it. And each module has a multiple choice revision question to help you understand the course. And these modules are like between 2 minutes, 3 minutes. The longest is about 5 minutes. At the end, there is an overall exam with specific videos and criteria for you to provide or to submit. And once you qualify, you get a WHO Breath certificate. And then you can go out into the world and spread the love and the magic of WHO Breath to the masses. And of course, earn a great living. This is what it's about. You earn a great living. I mean, you know, you're changing lives. I can't think of anything better than changing someone's life for the better and still getting paid for it. Can you? Oh, by the way, when you do the course and you're teaching it, please get your participants, or if you're a participant yourself, then just follow us on @WHO Breath and send us testimonials, video testimonials, straight after you've done the WHO Breath, so you really feel, you can get the feeling, so we can basically share in your joy and other people can be inspired to hopefully try it out themselves. What is my message? What is a life's message? Well, you know what? The whole block fit philosophy and WHO Breath philosophy is, if it's not universal, we don't teach it. And if it's not love, we don't preach it. Outside of this two, it really doesn't matter. So, you know, we want to start a spiritual revolution, a breath revolution, because breath is life and life is breath. So join our WHO Breath family and let's come in unity for a better humanity. And I just want to say we thank you and we love you. And I truly, from the bottom of my heart, I want to just, right now I just want to hug you. I feel so much love at the moment. I look forward to meeting you, training you, being with you, hanging out with you, sharing the love and the WHO Breath magic with you. And just remember, we couldn't do this without you. And please share and spread the love, because I love you and may the WHO be with you.